Merry Christmas. Can I even say that? We can, because it's Christmas morning, and welcome to the Stupidly Small podcast. Oh, look what Santa's brought me in his sack. Hello, Lauren Clark.
Hello, Stuart Farrell. Merry Christmas, you lovely
Christmas
thing.
to you. What are we even doing this on Christmas morning for?
Because we thought it was a good idea at the time.
At the time, there's a lot of things that seem like a good idea at the time, aren't there?
That's true.
But I'll tell you one thing.
Yes.
Christmas, whoever came up with Christmas,
Yeah.
probably thought it was a good idea at the time too. But it's a real headache of a day, isn't it? I mean, let's not sugarcoat this one. Okay, we're going in. This is reality Christmas.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the time where you mix with people that you're probably related to.
Careful, Stu.
That you're probably related to, but you have different opinions on various matters.
Yeah.
It's a day where you can't criticise cooking. It's a day where everyone's food has to be just amazing. Like every bit of social media has got a photo of someone's pork or turkey. Go, oh, it's just amazing. Oh, we're in a food coma. But have you ever had a Christmas where the food was crap?
No, I don't think I have.
Never once.
No. I reckon I've had Christmases that you wouldn't enjoy because they didn't have meat.
Oh, wow. How do you do a veggie Christmas?
Really? This is the first time that's occurred to you?
Well, I mean, I've not come across a whole tribe of vegetarians. There's usually one or two scattered through the normal people, but you've actually you've had a whole meat-free Christmas.
I have a meat-free Christmas nearly every year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's no ham?
No. See, here's the idea with meat-free. It's got no meat in it.
You know, I was on holiday in the US once and someone ordered the vegetarian breakfast.
Yeah.
And they said they weren't vegetarian, they just felt like they didn't want lashings of meat.
Yeah.
So can we have the vegetarian breakfast, but I wouldn't mind a side of bacon. They said
Yeah.
it comes with bacon. So that's my idea of vegetarian Christmas.
When I was in Berlin once, I asked a guy for something vegetarian. I said, have you got anything vegetarian on the menu? He could not understand, and it wasn't a language thing. He was like, what do you mean? I could make you some of this, but I'd have to put some blah blah in it. And I'm like, no.
Schwein.
Just give me that without that. No, couldn't understand.
So what do you do? Like, how does the consensus reach vegetarianism? Like, what has happened to a family that it makes everything a vegetable on this holiest of holy meat eating days?
So basically,
just for the listeners at home tucking into a roast something, there was the biggest eye roll I've ever seen in the history of ocular commentary.
I think ocular.
It's got a rich and proud history, actually.
It does,
yeah.
particularly in this room. What was your question?
What
Do you
happens
want
to a
me
family where they...
Are you going to do that thing where you make me justify being a vegetarian?
Not at all. Look, I'm married to a vegetarian.
I know.
Okay, look, I'm fully aware. I eat mainly, look, for the listeners out there, I'm going to come clean. I do eat mainly vegetarian. Okay, and maybe I sometimes, and maybe I come, give you a hard time and I nudge. But when a whole family, or for every guest at a family function goes the whole hog, goes full veg.
Yeah.
I wonder how.
Goes the anti-hog.
Well, the anti-hog, that's right. How does the consensus all reach that point? How does it get to there? Like, are there meat eaters there that are happy just to eat vegetarian? Yeah. Okay.
We had convos about it, and we were talking one year about meat consumption, meat production, meat, like the fact that if everybody went vegetarian, we'd probably save the planet in about 5 minutes. Like, just little things like that. And we decided that, plus it's all pretty bad for you. Like, processed meat's pretty bad for you. Other meats, any meat is supposed to be pretty ordinary for you. So why not enjoy? If you like vegetarian food, why not just really make it awesome?
Yeah, what true. Is it? No, look, there is plenty of good vegetarian food. I'm just saying, not even room for one little roast chicken.
No, not a chicken in sight.
Organic, free range, even brought it up yourself just to slaughter for this particular day.
Why would we want to do that? See, this is the thing that I find so fascinating about people who come at vegetarians with all these,
Well, no, just a little bit. Why can't you have a little bit?
But why would you want to? It's like fake meat. Why do we have to pretend that we want to eat meat?
Not bacon.
You don't want to eat it.
Yeah.
That's why you're not eating it. Like, even if it's not why you're not eating it.
But even vegetarians have claimed that the smell of a sausage or frying bacon has come close to tearing them back into...
But you and I have discussed how the smell of cooking meat is maybe 8,000 times better than when you actually tuck into it.
The second part is what you believe. I can agree with that, but I think the tucking is as good as the sniffing in a lot of ways. I will admit I was at a major hardware retailer on the weekend, just past, and
can't possibly guess what it was. Yeah,
I hadn't eaten.
You didn't have a sausage, did you?
I too. But I hadn't eaten, and I was like the day before, and I was starving.
You hadn't eaten a whole day before.
I ate a breakfast I'd had with you. That was it, and so I was a bit peckish, and so the Girl Guides, the Heidelberg Girl Guides, were cooking up a storm behind. It's a fundraiser, so I bought 2 of their best, no onions, bit of sauce, please, and that was a classic case of they really smelt a lot better than they tasted because they weren't cooked properly. People are going out too hard and not cooking the sausage slowly, which makes the inside of the sausage mushy. So if you don't get the snap of a well-cooked sausage, so it's got to be browned on the outside.
How did we get from vegetarianism to how to make the perfect sausage?
Well, it is Christmas Day. There's going to be barbecues fired up all over Melbourne, okay? And there's going to be arguments, and it's one thing you never address to the person holding the tongs is how to cook their snags. And the other thing you should never, this is a bit of a free advice Christmas Day.
Oh, thank goodness. Yeah.
Politics. Leave it at your own front door.
Really?
Well,
I have had some belters of conversations about politics on Christmas Day.
I'm not sure about your tribe, but mine
differ more widely.
Well, we have a very wide,
Right.
as John Howard once said about the Liberal Party, we have a very broad church in our place.
Yeah.
In fact, it's the Church of Satan when it comes to politics, and it's
much like the Liberal Party.
pretty much. And so we tend to just veer away because it's never in depth discussion. It's usually rhetoric. It's basically like
Right.
a bunch of Sydney shock jocks get together
Right.
around a table and just start screaming one-line platitudes at each other. It's we're not really. They're not going to be filming this for any sort of ABC special.
Yeah. Okay.
So you do get a good conversation with politics?
Yeah, and I reckon that because you said at the kickoff that this is a day which can be stressful and all that stuff. I think the stressful part can be the whole, like, who's cooking what, who has to be here when, and who's driving. You know that a lot of people spend most of Christmas Day driving across the freaking country to get from one family thing to the next family thing. And a couple of years ago, the 2 parts of my family both said, "Oh, you know what? It's cool. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry. Let's be sensible."
Yeah.
And which is great, but that meant that we had to make decisions.
But why don't you join? Why don't both tribes meet?
Yeah, because it's
Too
logistically
hard?
too difficult.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it's true.
Plus-
A lot of nasty bone there, but no biting. there
Really?
from the
Why?
vegetarian. Well, I thought you were
Because
going to
it'd
give
be
me like a tidbit.
stacks on between
Well, they're like, they don't really get along. Or I
Yeah,
wanted to hear the
no.
gossip, but no, so it's not that.
What have we? No, we don't. There's nothing like that. Although I did learn a couple of years ago, and I've never forgotten it, that the Christmas cracker,
Yes.
and I've said this before,
I
but
bet you're one of the young children that were here earlier. I burnt one in the arm this morning when I brought over Christmas gifts, and that person wasn't very impressed whatsoever. And was crying with the gunpowder residue sizzling away on her hand.
we did get, by the way, we should say, some lovely Christmas crackers. Should we crack them?
May do.
We will do this afterwards. But, we got some Christmas crackers sent to us by an alert listener. Thank you very much. Been getting some lovely mail. But why was I talking about that? Oh, yes, because in Christmas crackers, there are bad jokes. You know that. You know how there are always bad jokes in Christmas crackers.
I don't know about that.
Really?
Well, the one I heard just before was what happens when when a kangaroo gets mad or
What?
something, or gets angry. They get hopping mad. Huh?
See what I mean?
I quite like that one, if told properly.
No, impossible to tell that one probably.
No, it's a bit of a complex one. Leave that one for Louis C.K.
But that they're deliberately bad. The
I
reason
think
that
so.
they're deliberately bad is because they aren't divisive. So if you find a joke funny, chances are, like really like pants-wettingly funny, chances are somebody else is going to
Take
find it
offence.
offensive or whatever. And this is a way to unite people to groan.
So if you can all agree that it's bad,
It's terrible.
then it's uniting the table.
Isn't that the worst? Doesn't that speak volumes about how horrifying Christmas can be for a lot of people?
Well, yes. But anyway, it is Christmas Day. We do have to move on because it's just a summer cast.
I know.
This is not the regular. So it is time, as we've been doing every morning, Lauren, for a bit of seasonal tippage. And I think seasonal tippage, this is a tippage without notice for you as well. I want you to think, I'll do it first.
Okay.
I want you to think, if you could have anything, what would you want as a Christmas present? All right? So mine's an easy one.
Yeah.
I was walking down the street the other day.
Yeah.
And I'd just been to the zoo.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine said, he said there should be laws or there should be automatic jail for people that break trees. As we walk past this, 1 or 2 year old tree that had just been snapped in half by some dummkopf.
Yeah.
Is that the word? So, and I looked at that sad poor tree that was only capturing bad stuff and releasing good stuff for us.
Yeah.
And thought, you know what? I agree. So if you're listening out there, Tony Abbott, this Christmas morning, automatic jail for tree breakers. That would be my Christmas present. What about you, Lauren?
You're terrible for setting me up like this.
How so?
First thing I thought was a gift voucher.
Well, I'm a bit more sort of
community-minded.
That's
You really
how
are.
I
You're
roll.
a giver. No, don't be ridiculous. I don't know.
Oh, you don't have to. You know what? You can think about it.
I'm going to think about
You
it.
can do maybe a New Year's Eve wish for the new year.
Yeah, actually, that's good. I'll start thinking about that.
Well, you've got a few days. Lauren Clark, it has been wonderful spending Christmas morning with you.
I know, it's very nice.
But I must let you go off to you and yours, and I'm off to my version of The Insiders down at wherever we're having lunch today. Until tomorrow for Boxing Day, and I look forward to seeing that swollen belly. It's no footy shorts.
No heavy petting.
That's right, and no bombing.
Correct.